I first saw it, I thought that this was a US-made, very advanced next-generation fighter, and in fact that this would explain all the UFO sightings. It was only later to find out that that wasn't the case. We're looking at something, scarcely bigger than a basketball that's doing this.
What you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about reality. Elon Musk just went on record about something that's been kept quiet for months. Something involving Grok AI and a discovery so profound that even he called the results godlike. March 17th, 2025. Buga, Colombia, 2:47 p.m. A metallic sphere rips through power lines and slams into a farmer's field with enough force to shatter steel. But when investigators arrive, they find something that shouldn't exist. A flawless orb. 0 seams, 0 welds, 0 joints. Just impossibly smooth metal, covered in symbols that make every linguist who sees them take a step back and shake their heads. For months, this sphere sat in laboratories while the world's brightest minds threw everything at it. X-rays revealed 3 concentric shells nested inside each other like Russian dolls, 9 microspheres suspended between the layers. A mysterious chip at its core that defied identification. Then Elon Musk did what Elon Musk does. He asked Grok. And before we go any further, smash the like button and subscribe, because what Grok uncovered is being quietly buried, and this may be the first time you're hearing it. The University of Georgia carbon-dated resin from the Buga Sphere at 12,560 years old. Think about that. This thing predates the pyramids by thousands of years. This isn't some modern hoax. This is ancient technology that makes our best engineering look primitive. But here's where it gets insane. Musk reportedly gave Grok AI, his quantum-powered artificial intelligence system, unrestricted access to every scan, every measurement, every symbol carved into that Colombian sphere. No guardrails, no limitations, just raw computational power aimed at one question. What is this thing? What Grok found made Musk go silent on a live stream for a full 10 seconds. And if you know anything about Elon, you know that never happens. See, Grok doesn't think like ChatGPT or any other AI you've used. It operates on X's distributed computing network, processing information through quantum probability matrices. While your phone checks one answer at a time, Grok exists in every possible answer simultaneously until it collapses on the truth. Imagine you're searching for one specific star in the entire observable universe. Classical computing would check each star individually. Grok becomes the entire universe at once, then instantly knows which star you're looking for. When Grok analyzed those mysterious engravings, something impossible happened. The symbols weren't random decorations. They were equations. Not just any equations. Mathematical constants that define our universe at its most fundamental level. The fine structure constant that holds atoms together, carved into the sphere down to 15 decimal places. The golden ratio that nature uses to build everything from galaxies to seashells, present in multiple symbol sequences. Planck's constant, the smallest possible unit of energy in quantum mechanics, encoded with precision beyond our best laboratory measurements. According to sources close to the XAI team, when Grok delivered its analysis, Musk reportedly said, "This isn't just technology. This is the source code. Someone wrote it down and sent it to us." But the mathematical constants were just the beginning. Grok went deeper. The second layer of symbols revealed something that sent chills through the research team. They weren't numbers anymore. They were frequencies, resonance patterns that match something we'd detected before. LIGO, the gravitational wave detector, recorded the collision of two black holes in 2015. The frequency signature of that cosmic event, of space-time itself, rippling from unimaginable violence a billion light-years away, is carved into the Buga Sphere. Not approximately, exactly. How does a 12,560-year-old object contain the acoustic signature of black holes colliding before humans even invented writing? Grok's third analysis layer revealed orbital resonances, Jupiter's moons dancing in perfect mathematical harmony, Saturn's rings maintaining their gaps through gravitational music. Even exoplanets we only discovered last year, their orbital ratios are on this sphere. Musk allegedly told his team, if you wanted to compress the operating system of reality into physical form, this is what it would look like. This isn't a message. This is the manual. Think about what that means. Not instructions, not a greeting. The actual mathematical architecture that makes existence work. The fundamental code that generates galaxies, governs atoms, and allows conscious beings to ask questions about spheres that fall from the sky. When Grok modeled how those three nested shells would interact with the encoded frequencies, something impossible emerged. The sphere didn't behave like an object. It behaved like a resonance amplifier, a cosmic tuning fork. Feed it the right frequency, and it would sing back the structure of space itself. Before we show you what happened when they actually tested that theory, understand this. Every physicist knows Einstein's famous quote, "God doesn't play dice with the universe." Maybe God doesn't need dice when the rules are already written, and maybe, just maybe, we're looking at the rule book, because when researchers activated the resonance test, the sphere didn't just respond. It violated three laws of physics. The simulation results that Grok generated sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Those three nested aluminum shells don't just sit there passively, they create a field, an electromagnetic bubble that bends light around itself. This is metamaterial cloaking technology. DARPA has been working on it since 2018. MIT calls it photonic processing. Make an object invisible by routing light around it like water flowing around a stone. But the sphere's design is decades, maybe centuries, ahead of anything we've created. When Grok modeled how electromagnetic waves would interact with those layers, the results were bizarre. Light didn't just bend. It spiraled. It created interference patterns that shouldn't exist with any known materials. Those 9 microspheres floating between the shells, Grok calculated their positioning with mathematical precision. Golden ratio spacing, Fibonacci sequence alignment. They're not random. They're positioned to resonate. Feed the sphere a frequency, any frequency, and the microspheres create standing waves that amplify specific harmonics, like a quantum tuning fork that remembers every note it's ever heard. Remember those viral videos showing the sphere vibrating when someone chanted Sanskrit near it? The farmer's daughter singing, and the sphere humming at 432 Hz, the so-called cosmic frequency. Grok's simulation says, it's not magic, it's physics. Certain frequencies would create resonance cascades through the nested structure. The sphere becomes a receiver, a transmitter, maybe both. Musk reportedly said, "We're not looking at alien technology. We're looking at a hard drive that doesn't store files. It stores fields, magnetic fields, gravitational signatures, electric patterns." The most unsettling simulation came when Grok was asked, what happens if you feed the sphere its own encoded frequencies? The virtual sphere didn't just resonate, it generated a localized space-time distortion. Tiny, microscopic, but measurable. That's not supposed to be possible with aluminum and microspheres. That's Einstein-Rosen bridge territory, wormhole physics, reality-bending stuff that exists in theory but never in practice. Except Grok says it's possible, and Grok doesn't guess. The breakthrough that made Musk go public came when someone asked Grok to stop analyzing the symbols as mathematics and start treating them as something else entirely. Dr. Lisa Park from Harvard tried overlaying the glyph patterns onto deep space star maps, not Earth's night sky. Deep space, Andromeda, the Magellanic Clouds, globular clusters older than our sun. When Grok processed this approach, the match was instant. 3 symbol sequences aligned perfectly with fast radio burst sources. FRB 202-20319. FRB 202-10807. Coordinates marking the loudest cosmic screams we've ever detected. Mysterious radio pulses from billions of light years away that we still can't explain. But here's what made everyone stop breathing. One pattern matched a source we haven't catalogued yet. A position in deep space where nothing visible exists. Just empty darkness between Andromeda and Triangulum. Grok's analysis suggests it's not empty. Something's there, waiting. Musk reportedly said, "We did Voyager's golden record. We carved our address into metal, music, math, DNA sequences. This is humanity. This is where we live." What if this sphere is the same thing? Not from here, from there. A probe carrying navigation data. The ultimate message in a bottle with a return address written in gravitational frequencies. Look at what Grok revealed. These aren't letters. They're positions, stellar coordinates, galactic GPS. The patterns mark pulsars, nature's most precise clocks, rotating neutron stars that pulse with millisecond accuracy. Navigate by pulsars and you can find your way across an entire galaxy. Any civilization advanced enough to build this would know that. Jose Velasquez, the lead investigator in Colombia, said something that stuck with everyone. "We keep scanning space for radio signals from aliens. What if they don't use radio? What if they send spheres? Voyager will drift for 40,000 years before it reaches another star. This sphere made it here, intact, functional, still broadcasting its code to anyone smart enough to decode it." And that's when the whispers started. Tokyo, July 2025. A private auction house allegedly catalogued a second sphere, smaller, 8 inches in diameter instead of 12. The collector won't go public, but leaked photos show familiar patterns, nested shells, no seams, engravings that hurt to look at because your brain knows they shouldn't exist. When Musk was asked about the second sphere, he simply said, "If there's 2, there's probably more. And if they're scattered across Earth, someone placed them deliberately." Think about what these spheres could contain. Not just messages, technologies, physics we haven't discovered. The kind of knowledge that jumps civilizations forward by centuries. Imagine unlocking even 10% of what's encoded in these objects. Energy grids that pull power from quantum vacuum fluctuations, propulsion systems that bend space instead of burning fuel, medical scanners that see probability waves, not just tissue. This isn't science fiction. The math on the sphere already shows us constants more precise than our best equipment can measure. The weight anomaly alone breaks our understanding. 16 pounds became 22 pounds over 14 days. No material absorbed, no chemical reaction, just mass appearing from nowhere. One theory Grok calculated, the sphere interfaces with zero-point energy fields, literally pulling weight from quantum foam, the seething ocean of virtual particles that fills empty space. If that's true, we're not looking at a message. We're looking at a device that taps into the fundamental machinery of space-time itself. Let's strip away the speculation and look at what we know for certain. March 17th, 2025. Buga, Colombia. Power lines snap. A metallic object crashes into Juan Velasco's field. When he approaches, the grass is dead for 30 feet in every direction. Not burned, desiccated, like something sucked every drop of moisture from the earth. The sphere measures 30 centimeters across, 12 inches of impossibility. X-ray analysis confirmed by 3 independent labs. 3 concentric aluminum shells, 95% pure. The remaining 5%? Trace elements that don't match any standard alloy. Between the shells, 9 microspheres float in perfect suspension. No wires, no magnets. They just hang there, defying gravity. At the dead center, a chip. Maybe silicon. Maybe something else. Too small to extract without destroying the entire structure. The weight measurements came from different scales on different days. Day 1, 16 pounds. Day 7, 20 pounds. Day 14, 22 pounds. Physics says mass doesn't just appear. The sphere says physics is incomplete. Jose Velasquez has handled meteorites for 20 years. His quote, "I've never seen anything like this, ever." Julia Mossbridge from UC San Diego wants Harvard's Galileo project involved. Real science, not speculation. The Sanskrit chant videos, still unverified, but the Colombian farmer swears the sphere hummed when his daughter sang near it. Frequency, 432 Hertz. The same frequency some musicians call cosmic. Mexican scientists currently have the sphere. NASA requested samples. 3 universities are fighting for access. Everyone's being extremely careful because if this is real technology, whoever understands it first changes everything. And according to inside sources, Grok isn't done analyzing. Musk allegedly told his team, "We're either holding proof that we're not alone, or someone on Earth built an impossible object as the most elaborate hoax in history." Either way, everything changes. When Grok delivered its final analysis, the one Musk called Godlike, it wasn't just mathematical constants or star maps or resonance patterns. It was a conclusion. Grok calculated probability matrices for every possible explanation. Natural formation, 0.00000023% probability. Human technology, 0.000019% probability. Extraterrestrial probe, 67.4% probability. Unknown physics phenomenon, 32.6% probability. But here's what made Musk go silent. Grok identified a pattern in the sphere's construction that matches something we've theorized but never seen. A von Neumann probe, a self-replicating machine that explores the galaxy, finds habitable worlds, and leaves behind data capsules. If true, this isn't just one sphere. It's part of a network, an interstellar archive scattered across countless worlds, carrying the same message. You are not alone. Here is what we know. Here is how reality works. The fact that we decoded it might be the test itself. NASA requested samples, but won't say why. 3 universities are racing to publish findings. And somewhere, a second sphere sits in a vault in Tokyo, waiting for its turn under Grok's analysis. Is this a probe checking if Earth has intelligent life? Is it a data capsule, a gift of knowledge from a civilization trying to uplift others? Or is it something else? A beacon, a key, a warning. Grok gave us the what? Universal constants, gravitational signatures, cosmic coordinates, encoded in 12,560-year-old metal that bends light and gains mass by itself. But even Grok can't answer why. Why Earth? Why now? Why encode reality's source code in a sphere and drop it in a Colombian field. Musk's final public statement on this was cryptic. Some doors, once opened, can't be closed. We just found the key. The question isn't whether we'll use it. The question is whether we're ready for what's on the other side. What do you think this really is? Drop your theory in the comments. Your answer might be the one that cracks this wide open, because we're either witnessing the greatest discovery in human history or standing at the edge of something so big that even calling it discovery feels inadequate. Subscribe now, because when that second sphere surfaces, and our sources say it will, you'll hear it here first. The universe just handed us a puzzle wrapped in impossible metal that violates physics and contains mathematics that describe reality itself. Grok decoded it and called the answer Godlike. Elon Musk went silent for 10 seconds. And somewhere, whoever sent these spheres is watching to see what we do next. The question isn't whether we'll solve this mystery. The question is whether we're ready for the answer. Because some truths change everything. And we just found one.